All right. So, welcome in. I know there's not any people here yet. That's fine, though. That's fine. I got music. This is just something also that I will post uh, on YouTube afterwards as well because I want to make sure everything gets to the right spot. Um, but obviously, I'll have to um, cut out the music at the beginning. So, what are we doing? Um, Beginning this year, uh, it is my goal to teach um, about the new year um, or about the midterm elections. So, let's get started. Hey, Elise, how's it going? So, first off, my name is Raybo. Um, I'm just a I'm just a person from I'm just a person from Missouri. Welcome in August. Um, I'm not anybody special. Good to see you too, Elise. Um, hey, August. Not anybody special. I'm just here to educate. So that's what I want to do. Um, and that's just my goal. I'm not here to fight. I'm not here to do anything else. All I want to do is educate. So, um, without further ado, let's just dive right in. So, what we're going for this year is um, more of a local election kind of thing. Thanks for sharing the live, guys. You guys are both awesome. Um, and liking the live. Um, so these are going to be more of the elections that count for us locally, where we get the people that we want in. Now, I have my preferences, so does everybody else. I'm going to try to be as unbiased as possible, but because this is my platform, I will throw in my biases once that time comes. Just for the main fact of um, it's my life. But for the first part of this, we're just going to learn um, making sure we check our status for as voters, know where we can know where we can sign up to vote, um, and things like that. And I'm also going to go over what we are voting for. Excuse me. So, the first part is really easy. Obviously, as everybody knows, you have to be 18 years old to vote. So, um, being the electronic age, um, it's a lot easier than when I was growing up because you'd had very limited places where you could go. And so usually uh, I did it when I turned 18 at school. There are multiple places. I think schools you can still join. Welcome in. Schools you can still sign up in, and I also think post offices as well. Uh, you can do as well. However, there are also websites. So, depending on your state, you can look up um, uh, your state, usually .gov. So mine's mo.gov. Thanks for following. Um, but there are multiple voting sites um, specifically made to check your status. So the main one that a lot of people use is vote.org. So let me show you let me show you what I'm talking about here. Um, this is a site. Yeah, here we go. Um, I want to bring forward all the way to the front. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna im, uh, paste it over my face here. Um, so vote.org. Um, welcome on in, guys. Thanks for the gifts. You guys are amazing. You don't have to. I'm not asking for gifts. Um, uh, but you guys are amazing. Thanks for, uh, thanks for it. So anyway, to continue on. Sorry. Uh, vote.org. Very easy site. The first thing you come up, like, this is first thing I typed up. I mean, I can even. There we go. First thing that pops up uh, will give you everything you need to know. Easiest thing, easiest thing to navigate. Um, learn where your polling place, tracking your ballot, check your registration, register to vote, vote by mail, and get elections. Like, and you can even pledge. Like, it'll give you everything you need to know for each date. And again, we'll be like throughout this series, we will be going um and uh um and and breaking this all down. Just for the main fact of um just for the main fact of I want everybody to have this knowledge. So, um, why is this not? This is. Bum, bum. I want this one. Edit. This. Sorry. And there we go. That's what I want. Confirm that. Now go away. There you go. There you go. Anyway, so that would be one of the ones you can go to, and I mean, just checking your voter registration on Google. Like I said, Missouri, that's what it pulls up because I'm here. Vote 411, rock the vote. I mean, that's one we've heard even back when I was growing up. Uh, rock the vote. Um, so there's a lot of places that you are able to go. So um, that being said, with that, um, let's delve into um, what we're going to be voting for, because this is where we get uh, the important stuff. So, like I said, we are. This is the midterm election, so it's not necessarily a. It's not a. Um, it's not a presidential election. However, with this election, we get the choices of who's going to represent us. Um, who's going to represent us uh, during like the presidential elections in Congress and the Senate. Now, this year, all 435 seats of the U.S. House of Representatives are up. 35 of the 100 seats in the U.S. Senate and 39 states and territories will have governor elections, which are gubernatorial, which is just a fun word to say. I love saying the word gubernatorial. So if I say that multiple times, I'm sorry. If it gets annoying, I'm sorry. It's a fun word to say. Um, so for the main part, we're looking at November 3rd. Um, that's how much time we have. So I'm not going to have um, a whole lot of ideas of who's running and who or what we need to focus on. Like I said, for me, I will focus primarily. Welcome on in, guys. We're just sitting here talking, learning about the upcoming midterms. Please just, if you want to, go ahead, click that follow. If you're not following me, um, like and share just so that we get this out. I will also be posting this on YouTube as soon as I am done, or as soon as I can figure out after I get this uh, off of the recording how to transfer that. So anyway, um, so the biggest thing here is we've got a lot of seats coming up for this U.S. House of Representatives, which is a big deal. Um, and those are going to be, like I said, so many um, people are going to be running, and that's across the nation. Um, so we'll take a look at this. So here are the Senate, and I know I'm using Wikipedia, and Wikipedia can be filled in whatever, um, but Wikipedia is just easiest now for just the quick information, and I can delve more deeply into um, uh, better sources. Uh, I just wanted to get the overall view, and usually Wikipedia is pretty good for an overall view of what we're looking at. So we've got these Senate elections. So 35 out of 100 seats coming up. So uh, when we look here, we're highlighting the states of which one's retiring and which one's an incumbent. So, and which one's an incumbent retiring. So the vast majority, it looks like we're going to be looking at a lot of red senators. So a lot of Republican senators um, going into this um, are going to be voted on, and just a handful of Democrats. So if we looked at here, Republicans gained majority control the Senate in 2024 by flipping 4 Democratic seats. 2 Democratic seats held uh, Georgia and Michigan are in states won by Donald Trump in the previous election, while Maine was the only Republican held seat won by Kamala Harris. So we've got a couple places that we're going to look at here for some more states to kind of uh, come back probably to Democratic democratically held seats. It's going to be real interesting. I know for a fact Texas, if I remember correctly, um, we've got Jasmine Crockett running. I think she announced at least her bid into it. So that's going to be an interesting state to watch. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Um, I would like to see um, um, probably the Georgia and Michigan one uh, probably stay. We saw in Florida, we saw in Florida a uh, a Democratic uh, uh, mayor go in, so that's going to be interesting. This these races are all going to be interesting to watch, and I think that's the main thing of we want to keep an eye on a lot of it. So we've got a couple special elections. Um, uh, let's see, is this for senators? Yeah, Marco Rubio became the Secretary of State, obviously. Uh, so yeah, there's the couple of special elections that are coming from excuse me from uh, people who got put into cabinet members. So here, oh excuse me, sorry. So here are the House election, all 435 voting, and then 5 out of 6 non-voting. So look at all of this, just craziness. God, that's ridiculous. Man, just all the all the like incumbents that are red. You never really look at this just to take a look and see, you know, like I know Illinois usually runs blue, and that's mainly because of Chicago here. um, but man, alive, that's just a lot of. Anyway, uh, so we've got uh, a lot of them being that incumbent, so they're probably going to run again. Whereas a lot of them are resigning, which is interesting enough if you've been following this administration. Again, very weird and very scary. Let's see. All 435 seats in the House will be up for. Additionally, elections will be held to select the non voting delegate for the District of Columbia as well as the non voting delegate for 4 out of the 5 U.S. territories, excluding Puerto Rico. There are 16 Democratic incumbents in District Donald Trump won, while only 8 Republican are in seats won by Harris. The House map features a number of new congressional maps. Ohio and Utah um, will have new court mandated congressional district cycle. Missouri, North Carolina, and Texas redrew their maps mid cycle, and the district map was changed in California following the passage of Prop 50. So that is another thing that we saw. I completely forgot about that. Welcome in, everybody. Just like I said, what we're doing right now is we're going over and just learning what all we're going for going into this election. If you like what you see, click the follow, like the stream, share the live, get it out to more people. Moving on, you're going to see and we're going to see a lot of new districts out of some of these states. This state that I'm in currently, uh, they completely redistrict ours, and like completely changed everything. Um, and I wish I was more in depth than I was. However, we all got to grow up sometime. So, uh, hopefully, that'll still balance out uh, to where we get an equal representations of things. Because I know Trump was pushing for a lot of more Republican seats. Sorry about that. So, uh, uh, so hopefully we'll see um, the uh, gosh dang it, brain train. Hopefully we'll see uh, an equalization out, because I know California answered because of Texas, um, and I'm hoping like some of these other ones will cover like Missouri and North Carolina and Texas. I don't know. Three special elections of the House. Um, uh, the 18th congressional district uh, passed away. New Jersey's 11th congressional district resigned, and Georgia's 14th. Oh, that's Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's resigning on the 5th, so tomorrow. Um, so let's see. Uh, so here we got some congressional ballot aggregate polls. So this is kind of what they're looking like for uh, going into this election of um, of they what we might be seeing. Now this is really really early. Welcome on in, guys. Like I said, if what we're doing here is we're just going through and learning about what we're doing this midterm. Please follow if you like what you see. Tap the screen, share the live. Um, like I said, all we're doing is just learning. Again, we're in Wikipedia, so these polls could be something completely different, but from the way that it's looking and what people are saying is that we're going to see a big movement towards the Democrats. Um, and I mean that would be great. We would really like to see that. However, again, that's my opinion. And like I said, this is Wikipedia. It's not always to be trusted. So we've got um, some gubernatorial elections. Let's see. Uh, 36 states and 3 territories will be holding regularly scheduled gubernatorial elections. Uh, how? Yeah, I get it. Yeah, at least me too. Um, I would love to see that uh, blue tsunami in uh, come in, uh, just because what we are seeing. Um, uh, so that would be great. Um, I'm going to I'm going to send this uh, back for right now and come back to me on the screen um, because TikTok is saying that I'm doing a bad thing by showing you by just showing you a site and not doing anything else. So you get to see my face for a bit. So anyway, that being said, uh, and TikTok is going to get worse. We haven't even had the Oracle takeover, but whatever. We like the TikTok shop. Blah 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 blah. Don't care. Um, so in essence, the main thing that I am trying to get across is whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, you need to vote. That's the whole point of the elections in this country. And I know, I know I have friends and I have people that I watch that are anarchists, communists, socialists. Like, you still live in this system, and until this system is disbanded, um, we have to live in this system. So participating in it is the best idea to get your point across. Again, I state that as of right now, we are still a two-party system. Now, that being said, um, for this election, there is a chance where some people could possibly go for a third independent party. We are looking at a lot more local elections and a lot more kind of higher state elections. Um, and that's one of the things that this election is going to go a lot by um, by numbers and not the electoral college. I don't even want to go into the electoral college right now, just for the main fact of we don't have to deal with that right now. So, um, I, I just I want to focus on people understanding that your vote is going to count, because that's a lot of things. When I talk to people when I talk to people about their votes and stuff like that, I used to think the same thing. My vote doesn't count. Um, it's all the same. All politicians are the same, um, and everything like that. I I understand 100% how everybody feels. However, um, when you're looking at votes that aren't part of the electoral college, this is where your vote counts. And I'm even going down to votes in your town. Like like who do you want as your mayor? Who do you want on your board of education locally? Who do you want? Uh, who do you want as your alderman, as whatever you have in your town or city or whatever? What what are you wanting to see? And that's when going and talking to these people and making sure that you hold their feet to the fire. They didn't get there because of a random chance. They got there because of you, because of your vote. They got there. I mean, even as much as um, the sheriff, you know, all these people have to have their feet held to the fire for the main fact of we are the ones voting for them. And they work for us. So when you see uh, your representatives not doing what you want, that's why they have phones. That's why they have, hey, the appeal was approved. Thanks, guys. You guys are, first off, you guys are awesome because I know the likes did it. Um, Second off, we're learning. And I took it down. Nah. Anyway, that's why they have phone lines. That's why they have emails. We are able to communicate in a much better way than we ever have been, and it's just getting better. And I personally, this is me. I am 42 years old. I want people younger than me in those seats. I want I want younger generation in those seats. I want all these old heads out. Um and I want like new younger people and uh better ideas coming in. We have been stagnant for too long. See? See? August, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. Like I want to see what this like I could have had my moment. I never went into politics. I never got into politics. I never got, you know, nothing ever sparked my interest. I probably should have. However, there are younger generations that are wanting to do this, and I am here for it because I want to see change. And I think the younger generation has a better way, better ideas, and can a, get uh, provide ways to get it done than we could. And unfortunately, I wish we would have set them up better. And it's something um, I think uh, I've heard Itchy say that we should have set them up better. I know um, I should have taught my children better of what I'm teaching everybody now. And I have been. I've been talking to both of all my kids. My son's my son's a little hard headed. He doesn't have to worry about it for another couple of years. But both of my daughters, um, I've been kind of talking to them about, and I'll be heavily talking more. Excuse me, more about it this year, just for the main fact of I think this is important. And I want to try to tell them that this Um, this is the time, uh, and they need to get involved earlier than I did. Um, I'm not gonna try to preach. I'm not gonna try to do anything like that. I'm just going to talk, um, just like I am right now, and just teach. Um, so, uh, running back to communication, this is where the communication is important, and I think we as or as United States citizens, um, need to also remember that we do hold the power, and we can uh, get what we want out of everybody, including the President of the United States, um, because we are the ones that voted them in. Um, so um, it's just uh, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. So let's let's try to go back to um, let's try to go back. Ooh, I don't know if was that what I wanted. Let's try to go back. Yeah, that's what I want. But I want to put my camera. Can I put my camera over it? And it's not. No, it's gonna cover the whole thing. Poo. Okay, no worries. It's fine. I'll just leave it up. So here's where we're looking at for the gubernatorial elections. Heck, gubernatorial. God, I love that word. Okay, so 36 states, three territories. And as you can see, it's spread out everywhere. I wish this one was lit up, but we just had it. Anyway, so what we're seeing is we're seeing a good balance. Okay, between um, between uh, red and blue, um, of 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 people who are coming up. And the great thing is, for a lot of let's see, we've got 1 2 3 4 5 6 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17. We've got 17 Republican, 18 because I forgot Alaska. So we've got 18 Republicans, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of them are term limited or retiring. So we know in those states that there is no incumbent, which is great. So that being said, we want to see um, two new faces, preferably younger faces, and we would like to see what happens there. I'm particularly interested in Florida, um, South Carolina, maybe, um, Tennessee, Ohio. Um, would be an interesting look. Um, as we talk about the Republican governors. Um, when we talk about Democratic uh, um, governors, we definitely want to keep an eye on California, even though I'm sure California will stay blue. Um, we don't know. Like, there's always a chance. I mean, think about it. You know, we were thinking that Kamala was going to, you know, that people were going to actually vote for Kamala, and we know how that turned out. Anyway, beside the point. Um, uh, Maryland, not so much. New York is a big one, but The person is an incumbent, so uh, that may stay the way that it is. Um, Michigan, stuff like that. Were uh, those will be interesting as well. Um, and then scrolling down, we just got more gubernatorials, lieutenant gubernatorial, attorney general, secretary of states, treasurers, auditors, legislative, state judicial, uh, uh, mayoral, um, and then it just lists a lot from there. So uh, polling those, um, polling those, and I'm sure I'm gonna scroll down this real quick, and I know Elise is gonna be happy. We see we see a lot of blue, a couple reds here, but like uh, a lot of the polls are um, looking blue. There's very few, and again, we are looking at Wikipedia, so it's not necessarily the best. So here's what I'm saying, and I'll also bring that back up to show where you can check your registration, because I want to be sure to cover that a couple times too. Um, I might even look at my own while I'm on here. Uh, so the main thing I want to get to is the fact, and this is where I'm going to hound, and I'm going to repeat uh, a lot, is that the importance of voting is there's no question this year. Um, so took me okay. So it took me 2 seconds, and just what I thought. So I ran my own name, and it's what I thought, because we just moved here not that long ago, probably a couple months. Um, I'm not I am not registered to vote here. Uh, However, uh, uh, and now it says, what do I do now? Look at that. Check again. Look at that. Register to vote. And then let's see, I can do that and submit. Oh, and I can register online, which I will do. I will do um, after here, which I'm going to do anyway, because obviously I want to get this done. Because if I'm going to preach about voting, then I need to be the one. I also need to be registered and be in line. And that's another thing I plan on doing as well, is that when the time comes, like I will um, I will be there. I'm going to talk to people around. We just moved here, so I'm not running for anything here yet. I'm gonna see what comes up next year, but I'm going to uh, talk around. I want to I want to maybe help at one of the polling places. Um, uh, Once we start getting into who's going to be running, I'm definitely going to be pushing for certain candidates, um, certain uh, I'm going to be uh, I'm going to be backing certain candidates and um, certain amendments to Missouri uh, that I want to see happen, and I want to make sure that I am fully involved in 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 this upcoming election. So, um, the main thing is that we are at the start of this year, and the biggest thing that everybody needs to do is is go and look and make sure you are registered to vote. Excuse me. This will be the place to do it. This will be, and I'm going to bring this up every time. Once at the beginning and once at the end, every time I go live, for the main fact of there are chances that your registration can get canceled. So you have to make sure that you are checking it all throughout the election, even, close to the deadline. And that's what we got to watch as well. So in the upcoming weeks, like I'm probably going to go week by week basis, and it's probably going to be Sunday, and it's probably going to be around this time. Um, so right around 11 o'clock, um, uh, right now, I'm probably going to keep it to about an hour, maybe a little bit more because I do want that. I do want that hour for when I post it on YouTube. Um, so, uh, so that is why I'm uh, coming and saying this is why I'm talking about vote.org right now. So uh, we're gonna close this down. This is the time, um, and here's where I'm going to go because um, we're at the end, um, and this is where I'm going to get a little bit more personal. This current administration has to change. Has to change. And now's the time we can do it. We need to get people that can stand up against the people in this administration, up to and including the president. We have to take back our country because right now it's not our country. Right now it feels like somebody else's country. And it's scary. We're in a scary part. We're in a scary we're in a scary time. I mean, we're kidnapping people in countries. We're turning into pirates and taking boats. Where's the line? Where's the line? And and younger people, I want you to hear me. pretty soon you're going to be the ones in the seats of those houses, of those uh, senates in Washington. It's going to be your house. It's going to be your senate. It's going to be your president. This could be your first time voting. This could be your second time voting. But my generation's time is just about over. This is your time to show what you want to see. And I hope that I do my job as a person to educate and show you that this is important until the way we do things change. This is our voice. This is this is where this is where we do the damage. This is where we hold people accountable. This is where we hold people's feet to the fire. And that's what I want to get across is we're not happy and we can make our voices heard. So take the time. It takes just a few seconds. I'm going to do it after this because I need to register for where I live now. Take the time. Make sure you're registered and vote. If it's going to be your first time, uh, well, hold on. Take the time and vote. What I mean by that, educate yourself. Look at every candidate. Look at every proposal. Make sure you understand it. If you don't understand it, ask somebody who can explain it. Come back here. Come back to the YouTube. Like, I'll try to have everything up. Will it happen? I don't know. But come back here. I'm going to be doing this. This is going to be my Sunday thing, probably around 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to go over the midterms. Next week, I'll focus on something. I'll think about that this week. But we need to do something, and we need to get people out. Voter turnouts have been a disgrace, and we need to do better. We need to do better, and this is where we can do better by getting out and voting. I'd like to thank everybody that came in today. It looks like I gained a follower. Elise and August. Thank you both from coming from the family. I appreciate both of you. I appreciate everybody that came in. Hopefully next time I'll grow some. If not, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not looking to monetize yet. There will be a time where I will monetize, but right now my goal is to get this education out. This needs to be done. And this is important. And anybody that doesn't think this is important is just plain wrong. So, take a look. Make sure you check your voter registrations. Please, 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 please. Check your voter registrations. And turn them in now. Turn the registrations in now. That being said, my name is Raybo. I have something that my wife asked me to do midstream. Next week, I will have more going on. I will play some outro music. Thank you. Have a good day.